Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Thursday, July the 20th, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and we create our hypotheses for the day. We do create multiple hypotheses, not to try to hedge the market. What we're trying to do is have a plan in place, then determine what the market is doing and find which plan best execute that we can best execute against what the market is doing. So we don't have to do it in real time and try to figure out what we're going to do and what we're looking for. We already know what we're looking for based on the clues that the market is giving us. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, please send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to session and then live trading and analysis during the course of the RTH trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so let's start with what happened yesterday. Well, yesterday we had a gap and go day, and we gapped up. We opened up at 61.50 above the prior day range at 56.50, and we had an open drive. And once you see this open drive, we were looking at the possibility of continuation of gap and go day. Came back, hit the mid, bounce, came back, and then it looked like they were going to roll it over, and then we had a Mr. Sneaky, and then from there they just grinded the sucker slow and steady all day into a trend. You can see the largest pullbacks once they started trending it, 175, 150, and 175. I mean, this right here, this 5.5 point move was just absolutely relentless moving up. And then we closed near putting in new all-time highs at 71.50 and closing right near the high at 71.25. And then overnight, we basically opened just inside of the prior day range, went and put a new all-time high in at 72, and then we started to rotate back down to this zipper right here that we had around the 69 area, and then they bounced from there and then basically went sideways pretty much all night until we got into the European session, where they took it again to new all-time highs. Okay, put a double top in at that 74, came down to the mid, chopped around at the high of the RTH session, and then based on the news coming out of ECB out of Europe, there was no rate increase. They rotated it up, and then once 8:30 came in, they put a new all-time high in at 86. 76.25, and now they've rotated it back and coming right back into where we spent most of the night, fighting that high from the prior RTH session. So this market has now got a unequalized high. The all-time high in the RTH session is 71.75, and the all-time high, which is unequalized in the Globex, is 76.25. And this is important to note that this 76.25 will be visited at some point in time. Will it be today? I don't know. But very, very rare circumstances where you see a Globex all-time high not be tested in the RTH session. So we will be watching for clues to target that 76.25. The overnight inventory is about 75%, 60 to 75% net long. It is accepting value higher. It looked like we were going to open up with a big gap, but we're testing the range low. We still have lots of time, so it can bounce from here again. Take a look at the news coming up. You can see that we had the minimum bid rate, which remained the same. The ECB press conference is still going on right now. The unemployment claims came out better than expected, 233 versus 245. Philly Fed manufacturing came out at 19.5 versus 23.4. And then we've got 10 o'clock, we've got Europe's consumer confidence and US CB leading index, and then 10:30 natural gas storage. And that's basically all the scheduled news for the day. And then tomorrow, we've got core retail sales, which will be the big one coming out of Canada. But other than that, a very quiet scheduled news for the U.S. Of course, the headline news is them again trying to do this healthcare bill, and whether or not they will try to get it to a vote, today or tomorrow, or wait till next week. We still don't know. So taking a look at our overnight highs and lows. Our overnight high is the all-time high at 76 and a quarter. Our overnight low is 69 and a quarter. Our 20-period daily ATR is running at 1704. So off of the 69 and a quarter, our new daily ATR upside target is all the way up at 86 and a quarter. And off of the overnight high of 76 and a quarter, our downside daily ATR target moves up to 59. Let me just get rid of some of this stuff. $59 and a quarter. So just sitting right smack dab in this this gap area. Okay, and just stepping back and taking a look at the macro, I like to start. I use my paper money simple candlestick chart with a 9 EMA, 20 SMA, and what I'm doing is I'm looking where we are within the slope and separation, and the different time frames. Are we continuing to trend? And again, beautiful upward trend again. Once we tested down below the 20 SMA, we have just basically been on a tear again on the monthly. On the weekly, you can see that we came down, held the 9 EMA, and bounced, and now we've got new all-time highs on the weekly. Our weekly ATR is running at 35 and a quarter, so off of the 10 and a quarter low of the off of the low of the week, which is 48. Our weekly ATR upside target is up at 83.25. So that is within our daily. And our weekly open, our week open this week was 57. So we have today and tomorrow, that's 1704 times 2 daily average true range, plus where we opened the week at 57. our critical mass does not kick in until we get to 91. So we don't have to worry. Most likely won't have to worry about hitting critical mass today. And of course, that will drop down to one daily ATR come tomorrow. I'm not going to worry about the downside because we're not likely to get anywhere near that today. So going back to the big picture, we've got a very strong trend going on the weekly. We don't even begin to challenge it until we get all the way down into the 24.33. As we go to the daily, you can see that again, very strong trend, very parabolic. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, okay, of positive gains where we opened but closed higher than the open. And that is a very long stretch. You can see we had one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we had a red day. So we are very much getting stretched out. Does that mean that I'm looking to short? Not necessarily, because a market can remain in an overbought scenario much longer than your account can handle. But just to know, once you get 10 up days in a row, you're likely going to see a higher probability of a bit of a pullback and a bearish day. But we aren't even close to coming back and challenging the trend until we get down to the 24.55. As we move into the intraday, you can see that again, trend, good slope, good separation. Trend is very much strong to the upside. On the 1 hour, you can see same thing. Price is paralleling the 9 nicely, we don't challenge the trend until we get below 72 and into the prior day RTH session below us. Going to the 30-minute, we have come down and challenged the trend on the 30-minute, came all the way down to the 20 SMA, but we've popped right back up and we're above the 9 and the 20. The trend continues on the 30-minute, and on the 15-minute, we've lost slope. We're losing some separation. We are seeing some selling coming in, and we're fighting to hold above the 9 and the 20. And then on the 5-minute, you see that we have broken below the 9 and the 20. We're coming back up to test it from below, and whether or not we break and get continuation of the trend up, or we fail and start a downward trend on the smaller time frame. But most of the time frames continue to be up. Taking a look at the structure, and I want to point this out because we talk about this all the time, is here we are, we have this long period of consolidation. Okay, they come up and they accept value higher after a gap. Okay, then we break out of the balance, and what do? They accept price higher, 3 days of balance at 57.75, and then we get a gap and go and a continuation of price discovery up. Our big target below right now is going to be this gap, okay, coming back to fill the gap and come back to the 57.50 to see if we hold for continuation. But right now, we're going to get possibly another gap day, whether or not it'll be another gap and go. We're in all-time highs with a very key number at 2,500. Only two ATR sessions away from where we are right now. Key levels to watch. It's hard in this. Basically, you want to watch the prior day There's nothing to guide us up here. There's no profile day that we can look up. This is all brand new territory. So all we can do is look to see if we hold above the prior day. If we don't hold above the prior day, the immediate target is going to be the 75. And then we look at the structure of yesterday to see clues on where we could pull back. You can see this is a trend day, so the value area is not valid on a trend day. Overnight, we've got a lot of balance between the 72 and the 73 and a quarter. There's an LVN right here at 74 and a quarter, so I'm going to be watching that 74 and a quarter. Above it, I'm targeting the overnight high and the all-time high. Below it, the first target will be 75.50, the HVN in that area as something to push to get funded into. And below this, the Globex VPOC could shift back down to the 72.50, but right now it's at 73 and a quarter. I'll have to watch to see if it does shift. When we do these sessions, this far in front of the RTH Open, and there's not much volume separating these two HVNs. This could shift very easily back down if we go down and trade more at 72.50. Of course, I'm going to be watching the range high. Inside of the range high, I want to be targeting this HVN right here at 70.75. That's this CHVN right here. And then I'm not going to be watching the value area at 70. I'm going to be watching this LVN right here and see if we break below that, and then I'll be looking to come down and test the 60.650. It's the IB high and the mid and just below the VWAP from yesterday, and anything below that I'm targeting down here at the 64. We left value below, okay, on a trend day, and got continuation in the Globex. And then below that, we've got to watch the range low at 60 and a quarter. And then we get into this gap zone. And the half gap is at 60 and still within our daily ATR downside target. And just below it, we've got a naked VPOC and the range high at the 58.75 and 58.50. This VPOC that they jumped over that is still valid because it wasn't tested in the RTH session. So in terms of hypothesis, I mean, I'm looking to balance out here, up here again. We've got another gap and go day. So the first thing I'm going to be watching is, do we have an open test drive or an open drive? But I'm looking for open auction out of range. I'm looking for a move back down into the prior day range, close the gap. The gap close is 71 and a quarter. Looking for them to test the 71, possibly down into the 69 to 66 area. Then I'm looking for responsive buyers to continue to, initiative buyers to continue to push this up into testing and equalizing the all-time high. That is hypo 1. But equal weight today, because of how far we've come, I'm going to be looking to see if they push it up first, okay, and push into this all-time high and get a equalization first, and then see responsive sellers step in, okay, somewhere just above here, and then rotate us down, chop around the 72. We seem to be fighting the range highs, and then break and come down into the 68, 69 area and chop with a late day probe down to 64 and a quarter, and just chop around and close somewhere in the prior day range. Not looking for a tremendous amount of range today. In hypo 3, I'm looking for the gap and go day. So I'm looking for a failure to come down and close the gap at 71 and a quarter, and I'm looking for continuation up into new all-time highs and towards the 83 and a quarter to 86 area, and get another gap and go trend type day. Possibly balance out somewhere up here around the 75 to 85 area. My hypo 4 is a open auction out of range or just in range. We still have time to come down and come into this range, but failure to take out that all-time high and rotate down, take out the overnight low, push down to the 64, fail, and get a trend day down back into the gap zone, and close somewhere back down here between the 64 and 57 area, and come back into the 3-day price acceptance that we found after the breakout. And that is my hypos for the day. The gold chart, we've come back a bit. We came back $9 off of a $40 move. Remember, I always talked about the larger time frames. Usually the rotations between 38 and 42 get a $10 or more counter rotation. We got to 40 and a quarter, and now we get 9.5. We're finding balance around the 40 area, the 40-41 area. Watch this 43. If we get above 43, I'm looking for them to test this fractal high at 44.10 and up into this balance that we tried to hold up at 45. Ultimately, I'm looking for them to rotate this back up into the composite VPOC that goes all the way back to October 2008. If we don't balance here and try to continue to go up, I'm looking for a pullback down into the 33 area, 33, 34. Anything below the 29, I'm looking for a continuation to some of these lower targets. We have broken the downward trend, upper trend line that we've been in this downward channel. We have broken it to the upside. So my thought on gold is it's going to continue to move towards that 1256. Whether it be today, I don't know. It's just probably going to see some more balancing here. But I think we've seen the interim low put in gold right now, especially if these equity markets start to roll over and the yen starts to find the bid and continue to move up. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.